everyone. This is Melissa Chambers, and welcome to NuCerity's team training call. We have our phenomenal co-hosts, Sally Arnold and Tish Ketcher, on the line with us, and I'm going to turn it over to them. Thank you, ladies, as always, for just helping with this call and putting such great programs together for us.
Well, thank you very much, Melissa. Tish and I enjoy doing it, and we just wanted to thank you so much for that surprise. I can't even know if I can call it a bouquet. It was almost the same size as me on stage, so we just wanted to thank you so much for the acknowledgement and the beautiful, beautiful flowers.
Oh, well, you are very welcome.
Oh, that's great.
And in saying that, Sally, they were the size of you, but half the size of me, and I'm staring at them right now in front of me, and they're stunning.
Excellent. That was the largest bouquet I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. Well, thank you so much.
It is nice to get something like that, but truly I know you and I both, Sally, do this because we just truly love NuCerity, and we love our distributors, and this weekend was amazing, wasn't it?
It was truly incredible, and I think everybody's still on a high, and we're excited to be able to have our team call tonight because we wanted to share some takeaways from conference. And we've got 6 guests on the line with us, and you know, yesterday, Tish, on the way home on the bus, every single person shared their takeaways, and I wish we could have so many more on this call tonight to share because everybody just got so much out of conference, and everybody had individual experiences and takeaways that were personal to them, and it was just so incredible. Mm-hmm. So we're excited to have our guests on tonight, and it'll just be a representation of some of the feelings and things that people experienced at this last conference.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right. Do you want to start?
Yeah, let's start. And I think the first person that I heard come on the call tonight, one of our guests, was our beautiful platinum leader. She normally resides in Calgary, Alberta, but she is doing a little bit of traveling right now and is calling in from Parksville, British Columbia. She rode a one-way bus with us yesterday, and we had a wonderful time to sit and chat. And Janet resides in Calgary normally and is one of our platinum leaders. And Janet, are you on the call?
Yeah, I am, Sally.
Awesome. Well, Janet, I just I really felt impressed to ask you to come on to the call tonight to share your takeaways from the conference. And I just wanted you to share, what your feelings were and kind of some of the things you told me.
Oh my goodness, Sally, this is the first time that I've actually gone through and thought about the takeaways. I mean, you think about them, but I actually wrote them down and went through a list, and it was so inspirational for me to go back and think what was really important and what did I really take away. And there's so many things from this conference, and Misty mentioned about it being a conference that felt like the older conferences that we had at the very beginning, and I kind of started from there and just thought, what was it about this conference that was so amazing? And I haven't missed a conference since I started this company, and my first conference was in at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas. I tried to count how many it was, and I have 12 pins, but I know it's more than that. I've never missed a conference, and this one honestly was just so incredible and so powerful for me, and it was fun to figure it out. And I guess for me this time, what I really got from this conference was that the founders really do mean that they have got our backs, and they're going to do whatever it takes to help us as distributors be successful in the field. And when they talked about the sample packs coming out for us to use, that we can, and even sending out a package to Shannon Radill to have her figure out how to use it and have her come and share her story of what she did to give us some ideas of how to go and use these sample packs. Elena talking about the Affiliate Advantage program now being the Customer Loyalty program and all the changes that they've made there. And I have to say, I am so excited about the auto ship change because I had so many affiliates that were confused about that and didn't want to have an auto ship. They don't understand it. And now they can do a one-time only order for like 10% more. And that is so amazing. They have listened to what we have been asking for, And that just really hit home. And I'm just so thankful and I'm so grateful to be in this company. It's my first company I've ever actually worked. I've belonged to many companies for products, but I've never ever, dove in and actually started building with a company. And I don't think that we realize as distributors how lucky we are to be in this company with our leadership and our corporate team, because it is crazy what they do for us. And I guess the other thing that I really took out of this conference is that we are a family, and there are emotions, and there are tragedies, and there are high times and low times. And that hit home when Melissa started telling her story, that somebody had mentioned her. You haven't told a story about Click 50 when, you were with the guys and you had that big order that had to go out, and they came in and they rolled up their sleeves and they started talking, what can we do? Let's get this done. And she had to stop and turn around and take a pause. And I lost it, because I just thought we were just so fortunate. We just have to appreciate what we have in this company. And then she brings Cassandra and little Frankie on the stage and acknowledges her journey in NuCerity, how NuCerity has been so strong for her and has been her guiding light through her last year with the company. And she came from Australia all by herself with her baby and flew all the way here. Honestly, I mean, how many companies, how many people would do that? I don't think if you went to a corporation and had a convention that, corporate would bring up somebody that had a rough time and acknowledge them. So the emotions, the support that we have in this company, that was huge. David Bain talking about, you have to have a dream. And they can't give it to us, but they've given us the outline that we can go and try and find it out, what it is that what our dream is, and make it bigger than we can even imagine. And I sometimes feel like I'm living my dream, and I don't have a dream that so just hit home. Yes, I have to sit down and figure out what my dream is and what I want. And that was really important to me as well, to figure that out. The new product, oh my gosh, unlock your body, your brain, and your beauty. I can't wait to get that. That is crazy. And just recognizing that, yes, cosmetics is number 2 in network marketing as far as the percentage of the network marketing field, but health and wellness is like double what cosmetics is, and now getting us into that field. And I think for us, that's going to be a huge game changer as well. And then finally, and Laura, I'm sorry I'm taking so long here. Laura, making all the products personal and having distributors' faces up there and their experiences up there and talking about them. Now that we're getting to be an older company, been around for a while, we've got so many testimonials that are just amazing, and that she actually used those, I thought was really impressive. And then, Sally, you brought it all together for me when you stood on stage and were vulnerable and just said, you know what, you're tired. And it's hard holding people's dreams in their hands, and it's hard wanting it for people more than they want it for themselves. And you just absolutely opened my heart, and I just thought, she is so right. If diamonds are feeling this, then I understand what I'm feeling some days when, you feel like you're pushing strings. You feel like, you talk to people and nobody gets what you're trying to tell them, and you just want so badly for them to understand, and you just can't do that. You have to be taking care of yourself. And so find those people that want it as much as you do, and, present to those people, give it to the people that aren't ready, but don't give up on them, but don't hang your hat on them. Move on and just be healthy yourself and take care of yourself. And honestly, you just summed it up so beautifully, Sally. I'm speechless. I really am. And fortunately or unfortunately, TL came up last and shared the most important tidbit ever, and that is that Karen O'Quain told her one time to look up when you cry. And so if I would have had that earlier in the conference, I would have saved myself a lot of droopy mascara and Kleenexes, because it really works, and I've used it a lot since TL said it. So if TL is going to open a conference again in the future, she has to bring that up right away so that everybody in the crowd knows that if you're going to cry, if you look up, it isn't as bad as if you just let it all fall out. Oh. So those are just some of the things that that I took away, and I love this conference. I am just so proud and grateful to be in this company.
Janet, thank you so much, and your takeaways mean a lot, and I'm glad that you got so much out of conference. It was incredible to have you there again, and I'm just really grateful that you were able to come on the call tonight and just share those moments with you. And you know, everybody gets touched in a different way, and so I appreciate your words.
Well, it comes from my heart, as David says.
Always. Thank you so much, Janet.
You're welcome.
Tish, did you? Thank you. Tish, did you want to introduce one of your guests?
I would love to. You know,
okay.
That was great. You know, I have someone who came to conference for the very first time. She's been in NuCerity for about over a year, and she's a platinum leader. And she traveled around a little bit. Her husband is part of the RCMP. She is an EMT. She's just recently had her second child. Therefore, things weren't lining up whatever conference was happening for her, and she got to come for the very first time. And so I would love to have Platinum Leader Becky Burgess. Becky, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Tish. Oh my God, so proud to be in this company. You hit the nail on the head. And look up when you cry. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered for me. Oh, the tears were flowing, and I'm okay with it. I look like a blubbering mess, and I'm okay with it. I didn't know what to expect when I first went to conference. I had no idea. But as soon as they started announcing the Diamond Leaders, and they were running on stage with their flags and waving them and jumping up and down, the energy in the room, like as Tish said, I'm a paramedic. I know what energy feels like, but man, that was energy. That was something that you can't even explain. You really have to be there, and it's something you feel in your heart and in your gut. You need to be there. It's a place where the walls come down, and really we start from scratch, and we all get built right back up. That's what it did for me anyway. I realize that we all go through times where we really do question our abilities to succeed, and conference shows us that we can do this, that we have the support. We have everything in place that we really need. We have products that work, that are backed by scientific research and evidence, founders who really do love and support us. We were at the gala, and I walked up to Lonnie McKinney, and I was like, selfie, and he looked at me, and he's like, thank you, and he walked away and took a selfie with me. It was awesome. And not only support from the founders, but support from everyone, regardless of if they're in our upline, downline, crossline. We always have support and resources to turn to, and I love that. I feel like I wouldn't get that anywhere else. I truly believe that the universe has a way of bringing people into our lives and for a purpose. And if you're in NuCerity, you need to come to conference. It's a way to align those stars and to meet people and share the same business struggles, rejections, success, everything, right? And to be immersed in our NuCerity culture. Going to conference, I thought that I knew what the culture was. I really did. I believed that. But after going there, I realized, man, I really didn't. Going there and seeing everybody and just the unity, it is culture. That is the definition of culture. I guess, oh, and I won a suitcase, which was pretty awesome. Probably my biggest takeaway is to own your story, to tell your story, share your experiences and your why, because somewhere along the line, someone is going to relate to it. It may not be in the same scenario, but I mean the same feelings. They may feel those same feelings and hold on to your story, your trials, your tributes, and if nothing else, maybe it'll help them to persevere and to continue moving forward and know that they really can do this and they're supported. So go out there and share your story. Tell everybody and absolutely own it. Absolutely own it. Speak from your heart. And I just want everybody to feel the feelings that I felt and the support, and to come back with the mindset that we're all going to succeed. And most of all, come back feeling recharged, like Sally said, with love, respect, and partnership in your hearts, because that's where it comes from. And also, this call is a big deal for me. I learned at conference that you need to face your fears. If something is holding you back, go face your fears. I hate public speaking. I'm terrible at it. Even the phone. I don't like talking on the phone very much. But you know what? Face your fears. If something's holding you back, do whatever you can to keep moving forward. And that's about all I have to say. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for having me on this call, Tish.
Becky, I have goosebumps head to toe. You did not only face your fear of public speaking and talking on a phone, you killed it. I just got a message from TL saying, holy man, that platinum is rocking this call. You magnified everything to the nth degree of the feeling that we had there, and that it was amazing. I'm so grateful you came on this call. I know you said your little one's kind of wrestling around there, and your husband was there, so you were kind of like iffy. Thank you. Great recap.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sally?
Yeah, so awesome. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. All right. Well, I'd like to bring our next guest on, and this is a. Tish, you have the other lady on three-way?
I'm just going to get her.
Okay, then I will get our next guest on. We are going to have our next guest, who is one of our dynamic Gen Y leaders in our company from Vernon. I absolutely love this young man. I would like to adopt him as my son, and he is just a fantastic human being as well as a fantastic leader in NuCerity. And I'd like to invite Riley Bandick on our team call tonight. Riley, are you there?
Hello, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you, Riley. Oh, awesome. You were so much fun at conference.
Awesome. Yeah, it was a great time.
Well, go ahead and just take it away, Riley.
All right. Well, conference really was that. It was a great time, and it's there's a lot of emotion there and a lot of feelings, and you really have to be there to get it all. We can try and sound as much as possible in takeaways, what goes on at conference, but if you're not there, you really can't experience it. It's something you really have to be there. But there's a couple I want to touch on. One was really big with Kendra Hall. I realized that after a while I stopped telling my story because I figured, oh, everyone's heard it, everyone knows my story. But that's not true. You get bored of your own story. We all get bored of our own story, but there's still a lot of people out there who don't know our story, and our story is powerful. Just our own personal story, it can be so powerful. And we think that everyone knows it. We think that it's boring, that it's old, but there are still people who have not heard it, and they can get so much from it. So never stop sharing your story is a really big takeaway for me. Just never stop sharing. And that really came out of conference. But as far as everything else that went on there, I really had a good connection with our founders and everyone. And it was really gratifying to see that with everything that's going on as far as sample packs, they listened to us. They said, what do you need in the field? And we said, well, we would love some sample packs. And they've delivered. We said health and wellness, and they've delivered with Elite. It's amazing. I'm so excited to actually have this and be able to use this on a daily basis now. I'm stoked. I'm so pumped for Elite. It's going to be amazing. And beyond that, it's just so cool to see that our founders, the people behind this company, they really do have our back. And no matter what we need, they're going to go out of their way to supply it for us and to make sure we have all of the tools that we need to go together, to go forward together as a team, all of us.
Riley, that's fantastic. Was there anything else you wanted to share?
That really sums it up for me. I like to keep it short and sweet. So
you're awesome. Thank you so much. You know, when you said, you know, that our founders really have our backs, I think that just comes out over and over and over again at conferences, especially when we see them with us and asking us what we need and then following through on listening to our suggestions. And I love that. So, Riley, thank you so much. And just P.S., you're an awesome dancer, okay?
Thank you so much. And thanks for having me on the call, too.
Thank you, Riley. Tish, I'll leave it to you now.
Awesome. I have another person who attended conference for the first time. She and her husband both work for the RCMP, and they were living in St. Paul and have recently just moved to the hot spot of Strathmore, Alberta, and she got to finally attend her very first convention. And I'm very excited to introduce Gold Leader Randy Kelly. Randy, welcome. I'd love to hear your take.
Thanks, Tish.
So like Tish mentioned, this was my first conference. Before getting to the Hyatt, I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed, not knowing what to expect or who I was going to see or if I was going to know anybody. And I remember even as close to the conference as going up the escalator, having those feelings. But as soon as I walked in, I saw so many faces, familiar faces that I recognized from a boot camp that we had in the spring or other training events. And seeing all these people all weekend, it was just so nice to catch up and, you know, just see what they were doing in their business or in their personal life. It just made things so much easier. Basically, that's kind of the first thing that I wanted to mention was the family, and the second thing was pride. That's the two takeaways that I had from conference. And just being able to see everybody all weekend, I compare it to like a family wedding, especially on the Saturday night at the gala. It was just like dancing with family. Like, you know, there were so many friends and familiar faces, and it was like I said, like family without the dramas that sometimes family can bring. And the second thing, like I said, was pride, walking the stage. I ranked a gold fairly soon after enrolling, but I never was able to make it to the conference after I enrolled to gold, or after I ranked up to gold. So I was never able to walk the stage to get my picture taken with Bonnie and David. So I remember sitting at the dinner this past weekend and watching everybody who earned their ranks walk the stage. And I remember feeling a little bit sad that I missed my opportunity to walk the stage, but I was in such awe of everybody else that was able to walk. And it really inspired me to want to work that much harder to rank up before the next conference and walk the stage so that I can feel that same sense of pride and accomplishment that everyone else felt on Saturday. So, and basically also to have my team cheer me on and hopefully inspire my team to want to be up there with me. So yeah, that's my two highlights, was family and pride. And I just wanted to thank Tish for inviting me on the call and for everything that she did for this weekend.
Wow, I have to agree with you. Family and pride, and I know you will walk that stage. Maybe a few times the next one. Who knows? We've got some time. Sally, I'll pass it back to you.
All right, thank you, Tish. Well, we have one more guest we'd like to invite on the line, and this lady I have known for over about a year and a half or so. We share the same profession, and we actually work in different operating rooms, but in nearby cities. And Barb has been through some real challenges this last year, and it was just so wonderful to see her at conference. And Barb and I had a chance to talk, and Barbara King, I'd like to invite you on the call to just share your takeaways from conference. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Sally. Hello.
Awesome.
Hi, guys. Yeah, it was just awesome to be able to actually make the conference in Calgary for the last 18 months. I wasn't able to make it to any of the conferences because I was in the process of going through chemotherapy. I've had an 18-month fight with cancer, which at this stage of the game I have beaten. And yay, that's so fabulous. I feel so great about that. But, you know, what I've taken away from conferences, I did not have an easy time with my cancer fight and my cancer journey. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life to try and stay alive during the last 18 months. And, you know, going to conference and just listening to people and, you know, the pride and the family that are behind me that just gave me hugs and support, and were so happy that I'd made the journey and I was there with them this time, was just awesome. And so I have decided that, you know, to start again, and I can make this journey with NuCerity, because if I can fight cancer and beat cancer, I can become a diamond. So that is my aim, to become a diamond and go with this and just pick up and roll with it now and take it where I want. And the other thing is the elite product. I am just so excited about getting this, because I'm just hoping it will help with this fatigue that I have from residual from the chemotherapy and everything, and everybody tells me that it's going to be about 5 years that I have to fight with fatigue. So I'm really just so looking forward to getting this product and trying it, and you know, knowing that it's going to help me and to go forward in my NuCerity family.
Barbara, thank you so much. And you know, your story of courage really inspired me. And you know, what you said to me at the conference was that, man, if you can beat cancer, you have the courage, you have the persistence to do and be what it takes to be a diamond. And I appreciated you sharing that. And thank you so much for coming on the call. And I know you have what it takes, Barbara, because you have a lot of courage and stamina. And I thank you.
Thank you so much, Sally, and thank you to my NuCerity family. I love you all.
Well, that's great. Well, you know, Tish, I know that this is just a small. Have we forgotten anybody? Do we have one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I only didn't introduce Randy and Becky. Got one more.
All right. Sorry about that. Thank you.
That's okay. We have an incredible leader out of Calgary, and I really wanted her to come on because Dana Wasdell has headed up meetings in Calgary for the last couple of years, and she's been part of so much growth in that area, and she supports all teams. And Dana, I would love for you to share what it was like for you to have conference in your hometown, to witness so many people walk the stage that you have helped, whether they were your team or not, and kind of your takeaway.
Well, thank you, Tish and Sally. Thanks for having me on the call. You know, I have thought about this all day ever since I got the message from you this morning, Tish. What do I say? Because there are so many incredible things that happened. And I want to start with something that Sally said, two things that Sally said. First of all, when Sally first started speaking in the Diamond Mine at the end on Saturday, she said, everybody needs to come to conference. It doesn't matter if you're in a high point of your business or your life, or if you're in a low point, you need to be at conference. And I don't know, like I know that I'll go to every conference that I could ever possibly go to, and I don't ever want to miss. But I don't know that I ever really realized what she meant by that until I could see the power on her face and what it actually did for her this weekend to come to conference. And I want to take it one step further. It's not just conference. If you're not engaged in your business and staying connected with your team and the NuCerity team and getting on the Monday calls, and I had my most success in NuCerity when I was on every single Monday night call, every single one. And you just slowly start to let that stuff fade away. And like Riley said, you slowly start to stop telling your story, and you get comfortable, and you're helping other people, but you're not doing it for yourself anymore. And I think that the most important thing for me and the biggest takeaway that I have is I have to go back to what I did at the beginning. Get on every single call, every single one that I can possibly be on, and make sure that anytime that there's a meeting or a training, something that I can be at, that I go, but not just me. Take as many people with you as you can to conference, to Super Saturdays, to the calls. If you have new people, three-way them into the Monday night calls, whatever you have to do, just getting connected. And then Sally stole my heart when she talked about how all of you diamonds carry our dreams in your hands. And I feel a little bit of what you guys feel, because I want it more for everybody on my team than I've ever wanted it for myself. Now I can't even begin to pretend that I'm carrying anything like what you guys carry and our corporate staff carries and the founders carry, how much you guys want it for all of us. But when she said that, I was like, holy cow. I think about all the times, Tish, that I've cried on the phone, and you've helped me get through things, and I've wanted to quit, and I want to apologize for all of those things, but I also want to say thank you to all of you, and not just Tish, Mandy, and so many people on our team that have lifted us up when we needed it. So stay connected. I can't say enough about how much that meant to me, and then to figure out how to tell better stories. Oh my gosh, to figure out how to tell better stories. If we're not telling our story, we're not sharing our gift. We've taken that away from somebody, and if you haven't given that gift, you're not somebody's miracle. So, you know, those are just two of the biggest things that really stuck out to me. And I heard David on the call earlier, and I know that he talked about sticking around Canada, and I'm just
I'm going to grab a hold of him and grab as many people as we can, and we're just going to follow him around, and we're going to chase each other, and I'm really excited. Both Randy and Becky are a part of what I would, are a part of our team. Something that neither one of them experienced this weekend yet was having their personal or their team start to walk the stage. It's so incredible when you walk the stage, but when you get to see your team walk the stage, oh, that's it. It's amazing. And even people that aren't your team, like when Lori Knopf walked the stage this weekend, I was a bubbling mess. So I thank all of you for having me, and thank you so much for all the support that we get and you guys do in this call. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dana. I love you, and I'm with you. Everyone that walks the stage, when they come through that diamond line, I am hugging them. I am so excited for any achievement, and we need to celebrate every small achievement. We need to celebrate staying in. I know I messaged Sally today and said, your share blew my mind. I have shame on TL for sharing the lookup trick till the end. I'm pretty sure Ken Schneider would have appreciated that, because I was a crying mess the minute Sally took the mic and said, I shared with the diamond the other day my feeling, and then she went into it, and I couldn't hold it back. And I know I'm the ugliest crier out there, because when they gave us the flowers, I tried to hold it back, saying to myself, Tish, you cry ugly, there's cameras on you, please don't cry, and I couldn't hold it Saturday night. And Ken Schneider said, just use the back of my shirt, and I soaked the back of his shirt. Had I known the lookup trick, he'd have still had a dry shirt at the end. But Sally, truly, you shared your heart, and the entire field that I talked to that night and all day on Sunday said, Sally Arnold, Sally Arnold, Sally Arnold. She was raw, she was real, she articulated exactly how so many people feel, and I cannot thank you enough, Sally, for being you, for loving all of us unconditionally, and you need to know we love you hardcore back. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And, Tish, I just wanted to say that day when I shared, what I shared with you, while we were at a rehearsal and stuff, I didn't think of that again. And then when I was backstage, I had one takeaway that I really wanted to share, and it was something about the comp plan. It's, right now it didn't even seem that important, but that was the only thing I could think of. And as I stood there thinking about my takeaways, my mind went back to that conversation that we had that day at the rehearsal, and my heart started beating out of my chest, and I realized that that was what I needed to share, and I felt inspired to share it. And I said on the bus yesterday that as we do become vulnerable, as we do share our hearts with people, as we do connect with them and become better at telling our stories, that is what connects people to us. That is what, really helps people relate to us. So I am very glad that I felt inspired to share that, and I'm glad that it touched so many people, because I know that a lot of people came away from conference with a new resolve to build, a new resolve to step up to leadership, a new resolve to make this their company. And I know that NuCerity backs us 100%. Lonnie and David, I just can't thank them enough for creating this opportunity for all of us. And I know that our guests tonight, thank you so much for being on our call. I know it was just a small representation, but do go back like DL does and write down in your journal what your takeaways were for conference, so that you never miss another one. You never even create an opportunity not to be at one. And Tish, thank you so much for your love and support, and I love doing these calls with you, and I appreciate you so much.
Me too, and I have to give a shout out to Melissa Chambers, because I don't know anybody in the entire world that works harder for the distributors. I know, and we get sometimes emails at 3, 4 in the morning. She's up working. She doesn't have to. She does it for us. And so I love you, Melissa. Thank you for everything you do for us. I don't know if she's on the call anymore or not, but I can't thank you enough for everything.
Well, it is, it's part of the journey. I absolutely am as in love with with the business and the potential and the possibilities and the founders as you guys are. And so, this is my part of it. And I'm inspired by you guys. I love everything about it. And so it's not work. It's just fun every day. So yeah, I love it, and I love all the sharing of the guests tonight. Really enjoyed hearing that feedback, and I took notes so that I can go back to the guys as well and go, oh hey, we hit the right chord on this one, and Sally, you just absolutely did a great job. And Tish, everybody just really brought their A game, and I think that's another thing that happens at conference. You may see some of your, diamonds or leaders at a Super Saturday or at team meetings, or and they always are doing great. But there's something about conference. Everyone just brings their A+ game to these events, and the sharing and the vulnerability and the openness that happens at a conference is just on a different level. I think it's just because there's so much energy that I don't know, it takes you to another place or something. But everyone was outstanding. It was so great to see everyone. And anyway, thanks to you too, and everyone on the call for all that you do. We truly are creating beautiful lives and impacting lives all over the planet, and we can't forget that, and we just got to keep doing more of it, because there's a lot of people that deserve happiness and fulfillment and success, and we can bring that, and we can achieve it. So let's rock on.
Thank you, Melissa. You're just amazing.
Oh, well, this has been a fun love fest. Now we're ready to kick the week off.
Right.
I've been looking up for the whole time you've been talking. Thanks, Melissa.
Why did I not get told this earlier on in life? I've been a crier my whole life.
It doesn't work, Sally. I'm still sniffling.
Okay, good. Because you know what? If I'd missed that huge life tidbit, I tell you.
No, now we know. We'll start giving that tidbit from stage before we start conference.
Okay.
Now. Okay.
Good. Okay, I'll try it.
Shut your cell phones off and get ready to look up.
That's it. I love it. Well, does that conclude our call?
It concludes our call, and we are excited because you will not want to miss the next few. I mean, Tish and I work hard at getting some great topics, and so we're excited for our next few as well. So
awesome.
Great.
Well, thanks, everyone. Have an incredible, incredible week ahead. Remember, tell your stories, be authentic, be fearless. Absolutely rock this week. We're so proud of all of you guys, and we can't wait for the next call. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Tish.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.